Hi, I'm Gary Engler, your socialist grandfather. In this episode of Economic Democracy or No Democracy, an anti oligarchy manifesto, I'll continue the argument that women should be leaders in our fight. Inside the labor movement, I was an ally to my sisters' challenge to the sexist status quo. Those sisters won many battles to become leaders of many big unions. While the role of women in union leadership positions varies around the world, it is fair to say that in all countries, sexism remains a problem that is being confronted. Regardless, more women than men are unionized in many parts of the world. According to national statistical agencies, this is true in Canada, Australia, Iceland, New Zealand, Britain, Finland, Norway, and Denmark. And in most nations, women have steadily become a higher percentage of union members over the neoliberal era. In other words, women's potential power in unions is growing. Women have the experience to be leaders in the fight for economic democracy, given their long battle against patriarchy. Opposition to misogyny is almost certainly the original resistance to minority rule. Women have always been the majority for certain biological and social reasons, but have faced centuries of oppression simply because of their gender. In my experience, many of the toughest, most outspoken union members are women. In the few dozen organizing drives I participated in, women were most often the key to success. They had the best networking skills, they were better at overcoming ethnic and language barriers, and they were willing to do the work necessary to convince a majority of workmates to vote in favor of unionization. Women have a long history of being exploited, even by unions and their political parties. Any movement that seeks to end all forms of exploitation by building a truly democratic economic and political system that enables rather than destroys our creativity and humanity must be built on a firm foundation of feminism. The philosophy of opposing all forms of minority rule, of equality for all, of one person, one vote decision making everywhere there is social labor, finally fulfills the dreams of those who built the first working class organizations. Unfortunately, those dreams often fell short of reality because of a powerful legacy of sexism, racism, colonialism, and nationalism, all of which were used to divide and conquer. We must unlearn what millennia of minority rule induced divide and conquer tactics taught us. The dehumanizing propaganda underlying both misogyny and racism remains widespread, and it must continue to be exposed for what it is. People who are targets of oppression will always fight to throw off their chains, demand equality, and thereby prove the prejudice aimed at them is nothing more than ignorant bigotry used by the ruling minority to divide and conquer us. And the most effective way to do that is by working together with other categories of people who are similarly slandered as less than a particular gender, ethnicity, sexuality, nationality, or other background. Drawing links between various struggles is a powerful tool of emancipation, which is precisely why the authoritarian right hates education aimed at eradicating racism and sexism. I'll get into the racism part of this in the next episode.